Hello everyone, thanks for attending this webinar. My name is Charlie. I am the Content Marketing Specialist at Be Uniqueness, and in this webinar I will be talking about content marketing and how it can be applied to a tailored digital marketing strategy. I'll be telling you why content marketing is the best way to market a small or medium-sized law firm, what a buyer persona is and why your marketing strategy needs one, how tailoring your strategy according to the needs of your firm and your target customer base makes that strategy more effective, and finally, what you can do to prompt your customers to take action so that they can make the transition from simply being aware and interested through to serious consideration and, finally, a purchase. So what is content marketing? Well, content marketing can simply be defined as online sharing of content, including news, blogs and videos, which isn't designed to directly sell a product or service on the spot, but to generate more interest in the subject itself. Our diagram shows the cyclical nature of content marketing. First, it has to be created, but it must also be optimized to help it gain a stronger position in the search engine rankings pages. The content must then be published, promoted via various platforms, given greater authority through the inclusion of strong backlinks, and updated to boost its SEO. All this will help give your next piece of content greater authority. I'll be explaining more about all this as we continue. So why do you need a tailored content strategy? The first question anyone in a small or medium law firm needs to ask before starting a digital marketing campaign is, why? The answer is that the alternatives quite simply aren't very effective. In recent years, research has shown that traditional marketing for law firms like TV, billboards and newspaper ads have delivered a very low return on investment. All in all, it's been money down the drain. So that's why a more modern approach is needed, one that's more flexible, can reach more people and ultimately delivers a better return on investment. Content marketing still uses the rule of 7. This means the average person needs to encounter a marketing message 7 times before they make a purchasing decision. Content marketing works to this rule, but in a more subtle way. If you want an analogy, it's like picking the lock rather than bashing the door down. You can tailor it to a more specific audience. What's more, because it comes in the form of linkable online content, people who like reading it will pass it on to their friends. Above all, it's an editorial, not an advert, and people trust editorials a lot more. Search engine optimization, or SEO, has a very important role to play in content marketing. This is the process by which content is produced in such a way as to make it more likely to appear on page 1 of the search rankings. This is where it needs to be because research has shown that when someone looks on Google or any other search engine, they rarely look past the first page where all the top results are. To optimize your content, you need to include keywords, either single words and short phrases, we call those short-tail keywords, or longer and more detailed phrases called long-tailed keywords. These need to be a close match to the search terms people are entering, which will lead them to your page. Because there will usually be lots of similar search terms, your SEO will also depend on things like the quality of the content, its relevance and authority. There's all sorts of different elements that go into this, and it does take some time to build up your ranking. If you have a wider digital strategy, you can take all this further. For instance, if you post your content on social media, you can interact more with people. Or if your content includes means of contacting you, like a call to action button, you can sign up leads for an email marketing campaign. In short, content marketing is very important, but it's just one of the tools a digital marketing campaign can use, and a tailored campaign will find the best way of combining them. Why tailoring works best? There's lots of good reasons to tailor a strategy. The simplest one is this. If you have a set strategy chosen from a limited list that your marketing services provider offers, it could include too little of the tools that will help you best and might include some things that you don't need at all. That could mean you aren't concentrating enough on the tools that best suit your firm and your market, which reduces your return on investment. One of the most important things to consider is your unique selling point, or USP. To promote your firm, you need to show that it offers something different from the rest, whether it is how you deliver services, something in your corporate social responsibility, or just because you're the best in your town at what you do. The crucial thing is, this is something about you that a marketing campaign can focus on, and this will help shape the sort of campaigns you run. A tailored strategy can be designed in such a way as to focus strongly on the USP. For example, suppose your USP is that you provide legal support to good causes in your local area. An email marketing strategy that targets people you know live locally will be more effective than social media messages read by someone living 200 miles away. Your USP is not the whole story, of course, but good content will certainly tell a story. This is not just a recap of your company history, it is a story of how and why you developed your firm. Above all else, it is not just concerned with what you do, but why. In the legal sector, this is about highlighting your dedication, your sense of mission, the individual motivations of your staff. Once again, by tailoring the message, it brings out the truly human side of your operation. Establishing a buyer persona. A buyer persona is an archetype of your ideal customer. Their characteristics will be relevant features common to your customers, and these could be many aspects like age, sex, income, the job they do, their family situation, their interests, and so on. This is something that can be applied to any marketing campaign for any product or service, with a different persona in each case. By gathering the data to create a buyer persona, you will know more about your target customer base and can plan your campaigns accordingly. The most important thing about the persona is their need. Ultimately, your marketing campaign is not about telling them how great your company is, but about showing that you know what they need. By doing this, you can really grab their attention with interesting and compelling content that speaks to their interests and situations. Once you get their attention, your content and marketing activities can focus on the next stage of what marketers call the buyer journey. The first is awareness, the second is consideration. To move people through the consideration phase to become a purchaser, you need to concentrate on positioning yourself as the provider of the solution to their needs. Of course, once you do that, you need to get them to take the step of doing something about it. A CTA, or call to action, can be a web link, a published phone number, or even a button they can simply click on the website. Each of them offers your lead a chance to take the next step, whether it's finding out more information, signing up for emails, or booking an appointment. It needs to be compelling and simple, and I'll say more about this shortly. Once someone has responded to a CTA, they are a big step closer to becoming your customer. Organic content and SEO. As I've mentioned already, search engine optimization, or SEO, is work done to give your content the best chance of appearing high up the search page rankings. There are, of course, different types of SEO. There's the technical kind, which is all to do with making sure your website user experience is good, with fast load-up speeds and no broken links. And you have paid search, where you literally buy space on search engine rankings pages or social media to place adverts. That's how pay-per-click works. Organic SEO is all about using powerful keywords, relevance, authority, good images and video to help your content naturally work its way up the rankings. Why? Well, as I've already mentioned, you need to get it on page 1 because very few people get onto page 2. Doing that, though, does take time, but if your content is of high quality, relevant, has good keywords and all the other things that can help strengthen SEO, then you're looking at around 6 months on average. Domain authority is a key factor in this. The majority of website domains with a page 1 ranking are over 3 years old. They will have started low and worked their way up. The most effective thing good content does when people are finding and reading it is spread awareness of what you do and how you can solve people's problems. Awareness is the crucial first step of the marketing journey. Without it, none of the subsequent stages can happen. Finally, don't forget that the organic content alone is not enough. You do need to back it up with your technical SEO, so make sure you do bring in the technical expertise to look after this. Flexibility with a tailored marketing strategy. One of the great advantages of a tailored strategy is its very flexibility, as this means it can be shaped and reshaped according to changing needs. Let us consider some of the ways in which this can happen. Firstly, your buyer personas can change in all sorts of ways. For example, suppose your persona concerns young people in their 20s and 30s. The millennial generation, compared with those of the same age 15 to 20 years ago, are different in various ways. For instance, they're less likely to own their own home, so conveyancing services will be less relevant, but legal services concerned with rental landlord disputes may be far more important to them. Sometimes, however, personas can change very rapidly. For instance, the buyer persona of those needing immigration law services may change as a result of Brexit. Thirdly, maybe it's you who changes. Maybe you start offering some new services, or you stop doing a particular thing. That will justify a review of your strategy. Besides all that, one of the benefits of any tailored approach can have is the capacity to change it quite quickly, if it is clear that altering something will make it better. Finally, there's also the question of priorities. So suppose a key aim is to get your optimized organic content to page 1 of the Google rankings. Once you've achieved that, you may want to switch your priority to focus on another area where you still may need to make significant progress. Generating more leads. Lead generation is central to the success of your marketing, but it's not just about getting new customers from scratch. You can also get existing clients to help you. Word of mouth has been shown time and again by research to be trusted more than adverts. Quite simply, if your friend tells you something is good, you're more likely to believe them than some stranger in a TV ad. That is why your existing customers matter. They are your most powerful marketing asset. Of course, you have to keep your customers happy. If they get a great service and see you going the extra mile for them, they'll praise you for it. More importantly, they'll tell their friends and family. They'll mention it on social media. It's all great free marketing. At this point, you may ask, what about your unhappy customers? If you have an unhappy customer, you might think they're unlikely to be an advocate for your services. Well, think again. They're actually a great opportunity. If you can do something extra to solve their complaint and provide them with something that makes them feel valued, they will be particularly delighted and impressed. This way, your most unhappy customer today could be your biggest advocate tomorrow. Another point with existing customers is, don't forget your content. If they liked it when they were thinking of becoming your client, they're likely to go on reading it, so make sure there's still something for them to engage with to help build up their loyalty to you. Finally, consider your social media. It's interactive by nature, so use it to create conversations your existing customers can join in with. This gives them a public platform where they can tell people just what a great service you provided. Calls to action. As I've already mentioned, to get interested leads to the next step, you need a call to action, be it a link in text or a clickable button. In most cases, it will be at the bottom of the text because you want people to read it all. The CTA must be very clear and easy to spot. That's why many firms like to use a colourful button. Your CTA has to be brief, use just a few clear, strong words and be straight to the point. If you use a button, it will be necessary to do this anyway because it can't be too large. And when we talk about strong words, never miss the chance to use the word free if you offer something without charge. Tell your potential customer this is something they just don't want to miss. The most important words of all are those emphasizing the urgency. Use words like now or today. So something like contact us today or get your free offer now is the kind of message that will spur people to action. Content on website. Now let's focus on one more thing about your content, the importance of quality. If your content is of high quality, your leads will be too. This is a really important point. If your content is vague and wishy-washy, you might get the interest of some people. But are they really the ones you're trying to help? Are they the people who are just having a look and unlikely to do anything, or high-quality leads keen to find a solution to a problem? The better your content is, the more chance they will be the latter. Using good images is another way to raise the quality of your content. Great pictures and videos don't just help your SEO, they also make your content a lot more user-friendly. By breaking up the text with relevant images, you can help retain the interest of the reader and keep them going to the foot of the page. Also, be consistent. Remember that rule of 7. You need your readers to keep on coming back, so they need to have the same marketing message being underlined repeatedly. Don't tell them you can solve one problem one week and then go on to something else next time. Avoid confusion and stay clear and consistent. And don't restrict yourself with the calls to action. Your website should have lots of them. That makes it easier for your visitors to take action, and it means they're getting constant reminders on the subject, which helps nudge them towards that vital click or phone call. And finally, don't forget to keep your content up to date. Check your backlinks and remove obsolete ones. Change your keywords when you find better ones. And if you spot anything wrong, change it immediately. By doing this, you can make sure your content remains in great shape. And so to summarize, in this webinar, I've outlined how good content generates more leads. I've explained the importance of a detailed buyer persona. We've seen the importance of SEO and how tailoring gives you greater flexibility and efficiency. We've looked at how your existing customers can help you and why your call to action needs to be visible, strong, and enticing. So if your law firm needs a new marketing strategy to help you grow and increase your return on investment, contact us at Be Uniqueness and find out how we can help you.